emergency, please be aware that the emergency exits are on both sides of the auditorium. Per resident's request, interpretation is available. Interpretación en español está disponible. Afraimajad, aliapariad, mutahal. Interpretación en portugués está disponible. Welcome. My name is Claudia Correa, and I am the Chief of Staff for Mayor Keith. Welcome. I would like to introduce and acknowledge the following elected officials and dignitaries with us this evening. We're going to ask that you hold your applauses until the end. Thank you. The Honorable Mara Healey, Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Lydia Edwards, State Senator. Jeffrey Turco, State Representative. Jessica Giannino, State Representative. Kevin Hayden, District Attorney. Stephanie Everett, Register of Probate and Family Court. Alison Cartwright, Clerk of Supreme Judicial Court. John Powers III, Clerk of Civil Courts. Liam Horseman, representing Ed Markey's office, Senator Ed Markey's office. Fidel Maltese, Chelsea City Manager. Tony Marino, Winthrop Town Manager. First Consul from Colombia, Sebastián Acosta Triana. Now, City of Revere officials. Councilor at Large and Council President Mark Silvestri. Ward 1 Councilor and Council Vice President Joanne McKenna. Councilor at Large Robert J. Haas. Councilor at Large Juan Jaramillo. Councilor at Large Michelle Kelly. Councilor at Large Anthony Zambudo. Ward 2 Councilor Ira Nowosolski. Ward 3 Councilor Anthony Cogliandro. Ward 4 Councilor Paul Argencio. Ward 5 Councilor Angela Guarino Suwaya. Ward 6 Councilor Chris Giannino. School Committee Vice Chair Jacqueline Monterroso. School Committee Secretary John Kingston. School Committee Treasurer Anthony Caggiano. School Committee Woman Stacy Bronson Rizzo. School Committee Woman Aisha Milbury Ellis. School Committee Frederick Sanella. Distinguished guests in attendance. Dr. Diane Kelly, Superintendent of the Revere Public Schools. Revere Chief of Police David Callahan. Revere Acting Fire Chief James Cullen. And former State Senator Joseph Boncory. Now, I would like to invite everyone to stand up for the color guards from the Revere High School JROTC, the Revere Police Department, and the Fire Department. All right. Singing our national anthem tonight is Revere High School JROTC Cadet Isabeli Santos.
Present. On regards, present.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early night what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight are the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Reciting our Pledge of Allegiance is Susan B. Anthony, Grade 8, student Jolene Prum.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. I'm the guard. Order. Oh. Right. March. Order. Right. Quick. Column. March. Order. Forward. Forward.
Now, please welcome to the stage Reverend Father Stanley Russo, pastor of the Blessed Mother of the Morning Star Parish at St. Mary's of the Assumption Church, for tonight's invocation.
Let us pray. Almighty God and loving Father, we bless your holy name on the occasion of this State of the City address. We give you thanks for the abundant blessings that you bestow upon us on a daily basis. We thank you for the grace of your presence in our midst. Thank you, Lord, for every single thing that you have done for us, what you are doing for us right now, and for all what you will be doing for us in the future. Bless us, O Lord. Bless our Mayor, Patrick M. Cave Jr., and his staff. Bless all public officials here present and all those you called to serve you and to serve the city of Riviere. Bless our city's first responders, those brave souls who rush into danger to protect and serve. Protect them while they are protecting us. Shield us from harm and grant us peace. Instill in our hearts a spirit of vigilance and kindness, that we may look out for one another. Open our hearts to understanding and embracing the rich diversity of our city. May your love and grace flow through every street and home, mending brokenness and restoring hope. May the homeless find shelter, nourishment, and hope in their darkest moments. May we be instruments of your love, reaching out with compassion and generosity. Guide us in our pursuit of prosperity and job growth. May your wisdom illuminate our paths, and may we find favor in the eyes of those who can help us flourish. And we ask all this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Thank you.
You may be seated. All right, for me it's an honor to invite everyone to give a warm, revered welcome to the 73rd Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the Honorable Mara Haley.
Well, good evening. Good evening, and thank you so much, Claudia, who was recently recognized with an award by Rep. Janino, right? Yeah, so thank you. Because it's a lot of work goes into tonight. I know that, and you and the team have done a fantastic job. So, good evening, Revere. Good evening, Revere. Good evening, Patriots. It's great to be here tonight. It's actually a thrill to be here tonight to celebrate this great city, this great man, and a great mayor, I want to recognize at the outset members of the City Council, the school committee, city officials, municipal employees, our first responders, members of the legislature, Senator Edwards, Rep. Turco, Rep. Janino, former Senator Joe Boncore, D.A. Hayden. I know we have with us, as mentioned, City Manager Marino, Mayor Garcia of Holyoke, City Manager Maltese of Chelsea, Register Everett, Clerk Powers, Clerk Cartwright. Boy, they all came out tonight for you, Patrick. Everybody. And I also want to recognize President of the Professional Firefighters in Massachusetts, Rich McKinnon, is in the house tonight. Special thank you to our veterans and our service members, and a big shout out to the ROTC. It is, I don't know about you, but I thought that was so inspiring to see those people. Isn't that awesome? A couple weekends ago, I was at the VFW in Revere, and I had a chance to meet the National Commander-in-Chief, who was in town celebrating all of our wonderful VFWs in Massachusetts, and of course, the very best here in Revere. And boy, it's really something to see those folks and then these folks who are answering the call. And I really commend our young people, particularly those who are giving of themselves on behalf and in service of this great country of ours. And of course, greetings to Mayor Keefe, to Jennifer, to his mom and dad who are here tonight and rightly so proud, his brother and sister, his daughter, where's Adriana? Hey, studying at Salem State. The LG would be really happy about that. Salem State to become a teacher, how important. And of course, someone who is with us in spirit, young Patrick, who, as the mayor told me, he's working for me. He's working for the country, the Massachusetts National Guard. He's out in Arizona right now serving. So we'll take a lot of pictures and send our best wishes to Patrick. Very proud, oldest National Guard in the country, the 181, and young Patrick is proudly serving, doing important work. Revere is a city that says so much about America, says so much about what makes this country so great, what it stands for, and what makes Massachusetts so special. You know, everywhere I go, I talk about Massachusetts and our firsts. You hear me brag. First school, library, and subway, birthplace of the National Guard, the U.S. Navy, the Coast Guard. Also home to the first public beach in the country, right? It's another example of where we lead. It's also a place that is about taking care of one another, taking care of our shared assets, our common wealth, so that every individual has a chance to thrive. To me, Revere has always been a city of the American dream, where the American dream begins, where the American dream is built. It's full of so many hardworking people with big hearts and neighborhoods that are both tight-knit and also welcoming. It's a place where people care about one another and their community. It's a city that's proud of its history and is also building an even better future. And I can say, as governor of this great state, you have a very special leader in Mayor Keefe. He's somebody who leads with a vision, built from the ground up. And he does so working directly with the community that he serves. We're feeling the impact of a lot of things these days, and there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot that we're having to manage and maybe even plan for. And it saddens me, the division, really does, some of what we're seeing across the country. But I think it's important to see in leaders like Mayor Keefe somebody who is about bringing people together, moving communities forward, right? Staying focused on issues that residents really care about, and I admire that. And, as a former great baseball player, he knows you need the singles and the doubles to go alongside the home runs and the grand slams. And as a basketball player, that was my best attempt at an analogy, but he really does. And that's important, right? Because you can't win them all. These are challenging times. And I can tell you, I think it's hard being governor. It is a challenge. It's even harder being a mayor. It really is. There's a lot to do. And so I just want to say to this community that you're so lucky to have Mayor Keefe in office. I want you to also know that together our administration, the Healy Driscoll administration, importantly co-helmed by a former mayor, Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll, who brings her greetings to Mayor Keefe and his family in this community. We're working together, and we want to work together to do things like lower the cost of housing, improve transportation, strengthen our schools, and grow our economy. Things that Mayor Keefe has done. When I think about his delivering on things like public safety and doing that through a better 911 system, our young people's education with a new high school moving forward, super exciting. Healthy communities by replacing lead pipes. Basic city services that people count on every single day, like fixing the streets. And good labor relations with city employees who work to get this done. Shoring up the American dream by expanding that access to home ownership. And we've done a lot of housing celebrations here in Revere. I look forward to many more of those as we stand to work together to build more housing in our state. He has been about delivering results, and we depend on leaders like our great mayor and cities like Revere, because when we have strong local partners as an administration, there's so much we can do, and we can make taxpayer dollar investments in confidence. And that's why we've proudly been able to award Revere major grants in just the last couple of years, in transportation and in housing and in more. In fact, our administration's first major grant announcement for economic development, the One Stop for Growth Awards in 2023, was held at Suffolk Downs. That was out of the gate, the very first roadshow we had to do on something celebrating economic development. We chose Revere because of what Mayor Keefe and this city has been doing. And just last week, we were able to announce together a $1 million grant for Revere under our MBTA Community Catalyst Fund to help build 300 new homes right here in Revere. I think Revere, more than any other city, has embraced the opportunity for new home ownership and affordable home ownership. I know that with Mayor Keefe's leadership, there are so many great things happening right now in Revere, and all on things that matter. I don't know about you. I'm looking forward to what the great mayor has to say, So I am going to take to my seat, but I do so saluting Mayor Patrick Keefe for his service and committing in partnership to work with you and to support this great city of Revere in all that you want to do for its people. Thank you so much. And without further ado, I now have the honor of introducing tonight's star of the show for his 2025 State of the City Address, Mayor Patrick Keefe.
Pretty cool to have not the captain, the coach, the point guard, the leader of Team Massachusetts, Governor Maura Healey, introduce me tonight. And when I say that, and Maura and Governor and her team like to talk about Team Massachusetts, I am so proud to have you as our leader. I will stand behind you. I will play whatever position you ask me to play because you are the leader of our team, and we are all in on Team Massachusetts. We are so fortunate to live in a Commonwealth, this Commonwealth, number one in so many different areas, because of your leadership, because of your vision, because of your team, the people that you've surrounded yourselves with. We see what's happening across the country, and we know we have it we're very lucky in the state of Massachusetts. Revere thanks you. I don't know what else to say except for I'm glad that my son works for you. He doesn't work for me. He works for the colonel of the chief executive of the state of Massachusetts and the Army National Guard. He technically works for you, and I'm so happy that he is. Isabelle, Jolene, Reverend, Claudia, Mom, Dad, Jennifer, Adriana, Patrick, I know you're watching. This is for you, and know that these have been some of the proudest year and a half of my life representing this city, and I'm proud to do it for you. So we're going to kick it off with a little bit of a speech. It may not be as good as Governor Healey's, but I'll give it a shot. And because I don't want to forget when I wrap it up, I do want to also thank my staff that put this all together tonight. They've been working on this for the last few weeks. I really appreciate it. And I say that I'm proud to work with you because none of you work for me, including everyone in this auditorium that may work for the city of Revere. I'm proud to work with you. You do not work for me, you work for the city of Revere. Well, a year ago, I stood before you in this auditorium and outlined my plan to move our city forward, guided by the principles of optimism and unity, aiming for progress that improves the everyday lives of folks like us who are fortunate to call Revere home. Leading with this mindset meant that we would address the complex decisions we make on a day-to-day basis with a positive attitude and confidence. And I'm proud to say that progress is our result. Whether it means improving access to city services, replacing a sidewalk, building a school, or working together for the best interests of our city, progress results from a consistent effort towards any greater good. Progress results from attention to detail and hard work. Progress results from a careful appreciation of the risk we weigh and the advantages of choices we make. And progress results from teamwork as we aspire to our common goals by leaning into each team member's personal skill set. Tonight, I'm happy to tell you what this progress looks like for our great city. We can start by looking at what we've achieved in our public schools. The most substantial project in the city's history is the construction of a new Revere High School. and we are nearing the completion of the design phase and now see the renderings of a modern 4-story building and adjacent athletic fields. And by August, we will have shovels in the ground, and this long-lived dream will become a reality for students attending this very school I stand in tonight. I maintain that a city's schools are its greatest measure of a community's reputation, and I'm committed, along with our city council, our school committee, our superintendent, and all of the Revere educators, to build a new Revere High School that symbolizes both our outstanding quality of our school system and the growth and vitality of our city. Now, we all know that our students represent the very best of Revere and its future. And as a small example, members of the class of 2025 will leave Revere High School in just a few months and move on to highly selective institutions such as Brown, Georgetown, Tufts, Colby, and many more. Our City Lab Innovation High School continues to provide students with experiential learning that will give them the advantage in our ever-evolving job market. The transformation of the McKinley School will bring early childhood learning to nearly 200 of Revere's youngest residents. And with its projected opening in 2027, these 8 new classrooms will provide children with a vital foothold in education and giving families the ability to remain in the workforce with confidence. Because preparing every child in Revere for its future is our most important duty. And I pledge to continue to support a school system that guides every student towards success. While we've always known that Revere has the perfect atmosphere for hardworking people to plant their roots, our city has also become a destination for businesses to grow and provide quality job opportunities to our residents. These new businesses have changed our city's landscape while preserving the character and personality that makes it our home. With our proximity to Boston, Revere has become the optimal location not only for large businesses like Amazon, but also family-owned businesses as well. In 2024, 82 new businesses opened their doors in the city of Revere. These include restaurants and cafes, Revere's first urgent care center, fitness studios, pet care boutiques, and modern spas. These are operated by neighbors who know that a Revere address will foster success. All of these contribute substantially to our tax base and lessen the burden of home ownership. Amazon alone paid some $6.1 million in real estate and excise taxes in the past fiscal year. And as we speak, work is well underway on the first of 3 phases of the Trident Logistics Center on Lee Burbank Highway. When finished, 2 sleek buildings containing over 600,000 square feet of modern distribution space, surrounded by attractive landscaping, will replace the unsightly oil tanks that stood as an entry to Revere for decades. The future use of this site is projected to generate an additional $4.3 million in real estate taxes and bring hundreds of new, well-paying jobs. And when we speak of progress, we must of course point to the continuing work at Suffolk Downs, now 7 years into a 20-year plan. We see the makings of an expansive mixed-use neighborhood where some $500 million has already been invested into our local economy. The City Council's recent approval of the Suffolk Downs as a smart growth district will help stimulate further growth throughout the project, specifically with the construction of Portico later this year. And this fall, we'll witness the groundbreaking of another nationally branded hotel. Suffolk Downs will continue to deliver union jobs to local tradespeople as well as permanent jobs when businesses begin to open this summer. Think about it. When HYM acquired Suffolk Downs in 2017, the 62 acres generated only about $400,000 in tax revenue. And since then, Suffolk Downs has produced over $10 million in property taxes and another $4 million in permitting fees. Those numbers will only continue to grow as the project continues. And looking into Revere's future, when Suffolk Downs is completed, it will produce some $60 million every year in taxes to our community. Suffolk Downs will become the dynamic district of our community, where people will live and work, and where everyone can take advantage of leisure and recreational pursuits that will surpass what we see at popular destinations like Assembly Row, Market Streets, or even Boston's downtown crossing. But I pledge to work not just for any development, but for smart development that works with and for our community. Because making Revere one of the most outstanding communities in the Commonwealth is our goal. Commercial development benefits every resident of Revere because the revenues we collect will help fund key community objectives. Initiatives like Resiliency Project in Beachmont, Riverside, and Oak Island, ensuring safer communities in neighborhoods throughout our city, preserving our historic landmarks such as Rumney Marsh Burial Ground, revitalizing Gibson Park, and perhaps the most exciting, reviving and restoring the beloved McMacken Field to its former glory. A project we've all talked about for years and requested. This all-purpose recreational complex will be the jewel of our neighborhood parks. And over the last 12 months, my administration has made progress in making Revere a more affordable place to live. Housing costs are one of the greatest challenges facing our city and the entire metropolitan area. The plain truth, there's a shortage of homes in every corner of the state. Recently, Governor Maura Healey announced a comprehensive housing plan to build some 200,000 units across Massachusetts over the next 10 years. Working within the framework of both new and existing laws, we will continue to advance strategies to build the right housing in the right locations and make sure there are quality housing options for every resident in every price range. And of course, this will include affordable housing. Revere's Affordable Housing Trust has already begun investing into affordable home ownership programs, including $80,000 to support down payment assistance, the construction of 19 new condominiums on Salem Street, and a senior home repair reimbursement allowing residents to avoid being displaced. I pledge to you that we will meet the needs of those who want to live and stay here. And as our city flourishes, we confront increasing demands on our public service. Revere has met and will continue to meet those demands. In the past year, we've upheld our commitments to protecting our streets, our properties, and our people. And after years of wishing and planning and unavoidable construction delays, we will unlock the doors, turn on the lights, drive in the new Engine 2 fire truck, and finally open the new Alden A. Mills Point of Pines Fire Station. I had a feeling that would get them up. The opening of the station benefits both our residents and our firefighters. The new station vastly improves emergency response time to the Point of Pines, Riverside, and Oak Island neighborhood. The new firehouse will also operate and maintain a water rescue boat docked at the nearby yacht club, and first responders will be on the water in response to an emergency within 3 minutes of dispatch. Pretty important for a coastal community, don't you think? Right? In addition, it will meet every standard of the National Fire Protection Association, including modern design features that will minimize our Revere firefighters' exposure to hazardous materials. And when we open the station, we will christen a community room in dedication to a man whose voice, passion, and persistence championed the project from day one, former Ward 5 Councilor John Powers. Councilor, I know you're watching from home, and I want to tell you, dreams do come true. And thanks to your hard work and determination, we will fulfill your dream. I thank you, and our entire city expresses its gratitude for your tireless plight. Thank you. The progress we've made also extends to our police department. This year, adding 5 new officers, several of whom are bilingual, and an additional 5 new officers begin the police academy training this week. With adequate staffing, our police department can focus on specific areas of need in addition to responding to over 20,000 service calls they receive each year. We know modern law enforcement involves a delicate balance of preserving the peace, providing risk prevention, and acting to apprehend those who disregard the law. But to complement regular police duties, we've deployed our harm reduction team and reinvested in our behavioral health unit. These units work proactively to prevent crime and funnel at-risk residents into programming and services that suit their complex needs. Our behavioral health unit combines both policing and social work to provide support for our residents who struggle with mental health disorder or substance use disorder. We've also deployed our BHU and our student resource officers to work as mentors and role models to our student population to ensure we maintain a healthy learning environment. This has bolstered the creation of one of Revere's most cherished after-school programs, run by our very own Officer Joe Singer. Revere Boxing Outreach serves our at-risk population with mentorship, physical and emotional wellness, and a sense of community. And these kids are pretty good little boxers, too. Bottles, Kano, Train, we see you. Keep repping Revere. It's not often you outdo the fire department. Not bad. Not bad. Officer Singer, we thank you. You're the best. You're the best officer. Thank you. While we quickly think of our police and fire departments when we mention public safety, keeping our residents safe encompasses a much broader spectrum of municipal government. Our Department of Public Health works with genuine care and compassion to provide safeguards to our residents, promoting optimal health through a wide-ranging spectrum of initiatives. Perhaps most important, our Department of Public Health is at the forefront to combat 2 of the greatest dangers to our public: substance use disorder and homelessness. Guided by the conviction that every human being is treated with dignity and respect, the Public Health Department works in conjunction with our Veterans Service Office to implement harm reduction initiatives. And in 2024, the Division of Public Health supervised the installation of 9 naloxone boxes throughout our city. And while we're encouraged of the preliminary data that this initiative points towards a decrease in the total number of overdoses, specifically fatal overdoses. A controversial program, perhaps, but if our governmental response to the opioid crisis can save lives and help reduce the stigma of substance use disorder, we will handle that controversy. Quite simply, if we save one life, a son, a daughter, a mother, a father, a loved one, or a friend, then we are doing the right thing. Thank you. In 2024, we opened the Robert J. Hass Health and Wellness Center, a state-of-the-art fitness center that offers a wide range of fitness classes and programs that welcomes our residents to strive toward their health and wellness goals. I see who's there in the morning. I know who's there. The Hass Center is a crowning achievement of our robust Parks and Recreation Department, one that already hosts dozens of recreational, educational, and cultural programs that benefit the quality of life for residents of all ages. The truth is, recreation is a key component of our vibrant, healthy, and sustainable community. Quality of life is also fostered at our Revere Public Library, which has come to serve as a haven for community engagement. The library brings together people for intellectual stimulation, education, social development, and numerous other events that promote fun and are very informative. The library hosts lectures, story times for new readers, activities for teenagers and adults. The library also hosts English as a second language program that serves adult learners of varying proficiency. And now, thank you, through state funding, we can help remove the financial barrier that has otherwise prevented participation in this important program. Our iconic building on Beach Street that may be 123 years old, but its soul is bursting with a contemporary imagination for residents of all age. Thank you. The progress we've made extends to improving the lives of those whose shoulders we stand on. Revere's elders helped build the foundation of our city, and we owe them every opportunity to age in their golden years. The Rossetti Cohen Senior Center boasts consistent, quality programming that maintains the deep sense of community that has always been prevalent in Revere. From monthly parties that attract more than 150 guests, to bingo, bocce, even massage therapy, the Senior Center on Winthrop Ave is one of the most active buildings in all of Revere. We stand committed to enriching the quality of life and recreational pursuits for all of our residents, no matter the age. Some of Revere's progress isn't so flashy. In fact, a lot of it happens underground. Take, for example, the rehabilitation of the water main infrastructure in Oak Island, where our DPW and engineering department successfully replaced water and sewer lines running under the commuter rail tracks. Some 900 feet of protected pipe that delivers increased water volume and enhanced fire protection to the neighborhood. This massive project, and I say massive, it was massive. This massive project had been in the works for over a decade, and we only had a 4-day window. 4 days, that's it. With effective coordination between the city and the MBTA, the project was completed with minimal disruption to the neighborhood and the surrounding community. This project exemplifies our commitment to improving water quality everywhere. Similar upgrades are happening in the Library Street and the Sewell Street neighborhood, where we've installed new water mains, new fire hydrants, new gate valves, and other renovations, all to improve water quality and safety. These are priorities because, let's face it, infrastructure, specifically water infrastructure, is a critical foundation of our city. And the dedication and the skills of our Public Works Department means that we're doing more work in-house, saving money, and tackling long-standing initiatives. The newly constructed pump station on Dunn Road is a perfect example of this. An important element in Revere's flood control systems was completely installed by our own water department. Underground infrastructure, smoothly paved streets, new sidewalks, better flood control, efficient management. This is the current state of our Department of Public Works. Progress also happens behind the scenes, where our functions and operations have been enhanced, streamlined, and simplified to facilitate positive interactions between our residents and our government. 311, the one call to City Hall that gives everyone direct access to our government. Tonight, I'm proud and privileged to announce that as of right now, everyone will be able to reach 311 through our new chatbot, Piper. You're going to get to know Piper really soon. Does everyone know Piper? Piping plovers are like Revere is the mecca of piping plovers. Well, Piper, powered by artificial intelligence, Piper will provide solutions through a convenient text conversation directly through your mobile phone. You got a question? Text Piper. Piper is also fluent in 75 different languages, opening the door to increased connection between residents and City Hall. And in addition to enhancing our 311 services, we've increased the hours of operation at City Hall for the first time in 20-plus years. We've increased our communication with residents through a newsletter that reaches over 4,000 subscribers. Our social media platforms have over 15,000 followers. And we've deployed Mobile City Hall citywide to bring services directly to your neighborhood. Quite simply, it's never been easier to reach City Hall, and City Hall has never been more responsive to our residents. We've carried with us themes of unity and optimism to all corners of our work in our city, developing strong connections with our community and my colleagues. The objective to continue the progress demands to dedicated public servants, creative leadership, and responsible fiscal management. In the past year, we have all excelled. I'm exceptionally proud to announce that in the last 12 months, we have successfully negotiated every single public union contract in our city. All of them. I extend my sincere appreciation to the Revere Teachers Association, the Revere Firefighters Union, the Revere Police Superior Office Union, the Patrol Union, Local 22, and AFSCME. The essential services of our city government function because of all of our collective leadership. And while we've traveled a great distance, much more lies ahead. I know we will encounter headwinds and rough seas, but we will maintain a steady hand as we navigate our course. We are Revere, and I'm confident. and I'm confident that our ship is seaworthy. And I encourage everyone to climb aboard and be part of our crew, whether through existing programs or by introducing new ideas that will make our city a better place to live, work, and prosper. Last month, I was looking at some old photos of Revere Beach after the blizzard of '78. I saw scenes of broken down buildings and the beachfront's emptiness. I started to read through some old articles from the 70s, 80s, and 90s touting the development of our beloved beach. For some reasons best left to history, it never really happened, and our beach became an uninviting, unfriendly environment of empty parking lots and a few road bars. Maybe the timing just wasn't right. Maybe there was some reluctance to take a bold step. Maybe we just weren't ready. But whatever the reason, so many years went by without progress. Not today. I'm proud tonight to tell you this is no longer the case. Today we look at our beachfront and see a modern neighborhood alive with restaurants and public activities such as the Pumpkin Dash, an art festival, the Revere Beach Pride Celebration, Winter Wonderland, live music, and all that much more. And all while remaining true to our character as a haven in an urban environment, a place of tranquility and inspiration, an open space to walk, to watch the sunrise, or just gaze at the horizon beyond the ever-changing ocean. We can make progress in Revere while preserving our homespun personality and our neighborhood spirit, because progress happens with patience and resolve and hard work. It happens when we allow ourselves to imagine new possibilities and then work together to make them real. It happens when we believe we can be great and greater than we are. My friends, we have all the ingredients, all of the resources, all of the ingenuity to build Revere a future that is greater than our present. So let's look at where we are, let's continue to move Revere.